Hey everyone, and welcome to the MinDak Gold and Silver Market Report, brought to you in about 5 minutes or less because we know you're busy. We're not going to waste your time. Today is Friday, September 16th, 2022, and we are back in the warm, cozy confines of our Arizona studios, and we are glad to be with you today. Now, let's get right to today's gold and silver prices. Gold is at $16.79 an ounce. That's up $13 on the day. Silver is at $19.53. That is up 27 cents on the day. Now, in our last video about 6 weeks ago, gold was at $1,758 an ounce, and silver was right around 20 bucks. So, obviously, we've had some downside price action, especially in gold. We're sitting at about a 2-year low in the gold price, which is, by the way, a fantastic buying opportunity in my humble opinion. But we're going to talk more about these gold and silver prices in our next video, so keep an eye out for that. If you're like me and you want to know what the heck is going on with these gold and silver prices, how can they stay so low when they have every reason in the world to be way higher than they actually are, that's what we're going to talk about, and I can't wait to bring you that one next time. But for now, let's get right into the news. And usually in the news, I like to talk about inflation, which isn't going anywhere, by the way, and we're all feeling the effects. So the Fed has been raising rates, trying to bring it back down, which is killing the stock market. And those rate hikes are also affecting the housing market. And that was way too easy to predict, by the way. And they are also affecting our interest payments on our staggering national debt. So at some point, the Fed is going to have to pivot, right? They're going to have to print more money, lower interest rates, and try to bail out the economy because the economy is kind of falling apart due to Fed policy. The only question is when. What do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear if you think the Fed is going to pivot, and if so, when. Give me your ideas. Maybe I'll read them on air in the next video. So today, I'd also like to talk about something completely different than Fed policy. Have you heard of BRICS? No, not these BRICS. I'm talking about the consortium of countries that make up the acronym BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. This group of countries, well, they're joining forces to become an economic power, and they want to dethrone the US dollar as the world's reserve currency in the process. And that effort is being led by, guess who? Russia, China, and India. Now, it's one thing to want to overthrow the US dollar, but it's another thing completely to actually pull it off. How can they do it? The most obvious and easiest way would be to roll out a new BRICS gold-backed currency. After all, they have been buying gold hand over fist for a long time, and we really have no idea how much gold they actually have. But we know they are definitely stacking gold in a big way. But the first thing they need to do is do business with each other outside of the US dollar SWIFT settlement system. And that's happening as we speak. It doesn't happen overnight, but the wheels are definitely in motion. And what's more is that other countries are lining up to be a part of the club, including our old buddy Saudi Arabia. Can you imagine what would happen if Saudi Arabia pledged their allegiance to BRICS rather than the US? Let's face it, we've enjoyed extraordinary privilege as a country having our currency be the world's reserve currency for the better part of the last 100 years. And the other kids on the block are getting sick and tired of it, and they're looking to do something about it. This is a big story. It's not going away, and we need to keep our eyes focused on it. China and Russia would love nothing more than to dethrone the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. And if and when they can actually pull it off, then gold and silver are going to be in more demand than ever. The time to prepare for this possibility is now. So, what am I saying? I'm saying get your metals now. Prepare now. If you don't have enough gold and silver on hand, get it now, regardless of price. Because if and when this new currency is actually rolled out, the gold and silver is going to disappear from the shelves. The availability will literally be zero, and the entire world will be clamoring for gold and silver. So don't be caught left out. Be sure that you get your metals now, you get your stack where you want it, and you're prepared. I think it's really important, and I think it's something that we should all keep our eyes on going forward. When I talk about this stuff with my friends, their eyes kind of gloss over, and they kind of look at me like I'm absolutely crazy. Does this happen to you too? If it does, I'd love you to leave me a comment on that as well. Give me your best "my friends think I'm crazy" story, and I'd love to talk about it in our next video. One last story before I go. I had a customer down here in the Fountain Hills shop last week. He wanted to buy about $9,500 worth of metals, and he called in, asked if I had it on hand, which I did. And he said, "Great, I'm going to run to the bank. I'll be down with the cash to pick it up." He went to the bank and he came into my store and he had an envelope and he said, "I don't have $9,500. They could only give me $8,000. He went into US Bank in our town and couldn't get more than $8,000 in cash. They wouldn't give it to him because they didn't have it on hand. This is the kind of world that we're living in, folks. It's amazing to me that this is happening, but this has happened a few other times as well. So what does that tell you about the fragility of our banking system and what's going on with the dollar? It's kind of scary stuff if you ask me. If you have gold or silver items that you would like to buy or sell, we would love to be your dealer of choice. We have 2 locations to serve you, our store in Fargo, North Dakota, and our store down here in the Phoenix area, Fountain Hills, Arizona to be exact. Our phone numbers for both stores are down below on the screen, and our website is down there as well. If you'd like to check us out online, we would welcome that. Also, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out and we appreciate it a lot. Now, I'm MinDak Jack, and remember, until next time, if you can't hold it, you don't own it.